And back to that Sugar Bowl, UH fans will have a final opportunity to meet the team, talking about the Warriors, before they head off to New Orleans. This Saturday, the players and coaches will be available for autographs from noon until 1 on the UH soccer field that is just adjacent to the practice football field. Fans requesting quarterback Colt Brennan's autograph will be limited to just one item with his signature. The items will not be personalized and they won't include special notes. He also won't be posing for photos in order to accommodate as many fans as possible with those signatures. And be sure to tune in tonight as we begin Hawaii's best and most complete coverage of the Warriors' greatest season. We look back at the undefeated season on K5 from 7 to 8:15. That's tonight on the 5. And then next week, we'll be providing you with daily live reports from New Orleans as the Warriors and their fans prepare for Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
The Associated Press released its National Player of the Year honor today, and no surprise here, Colt Brennan was among the top candidates. But also not a surprise was who was the winner. Florida quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow was the man who walked away with yet another award. The sophomore received 31 of a possible 58 votes. Hawaii QB Colt Brennan finished the same way he finished in the Heisman, voting in 3rd place with 4 votes. The only other person to get more votes than Brennan, Heisman runner-up Arkansas running back Darren McFadden. And for all the latest coverage of the Warriors at the Sugar Bowl, tune in to KGB9 as Liz Chun, Steve Uehara, and myself will bring you up-to-date coverage from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Tonight, more UH season ticket holders who want to attend the Sugar Bowl just might be able to. The ticket office received an additional 1,000 tickets. Today, 489 of those tickets were reserved for purchase. The remaining tickets will be available tomorrow by phone or at the Stan Sheriff ticket office exclusively to season ticket holders. Seat locations will vary. In all, UH received 16,000 tickets to the Sugar Bowl. Tickets were not available to the general public.
Their quarterback, you're a quarterback guy. Does he jump out at you?
Yeah, no, he did. He did on the TV games when I watched, you know, we're getting ready to play all year. We had a bunch of Georgia games on. And he just looks like a really accurate passer and, you know, just as competitive, you know, player. And when I read his bio, I see why. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the country coming out of high school. So he's solid.
How's it going, everybody? We are now exactly just 2 weeks away from the Sugar Bowl between the WAC champion Warriors and Georgia Bulldogs. Hawaii defense currently installing their game plan on how to stop the 4th-ranked team in the nation. They have their eyes set on 19-year-old quarterback Matt Stafford. Bulldogs enter the game riding a 6-game win streak and no stranger to Warrior defensive coordinator Greg McMackin. Number 7 followed up last year's SEC all-freshman campaign by throwing for 2,438 yards and 18 touchdowns in a run-first offense.
I know him because he was 2 years ago. He was at you know, in Texas, and he was the #1 quarterback recruit in the country. So he's a sophomore now, and he's really plays pretty well.
You got a quarterback that can run, but also is very productive in the passing game. Great play-action team. They know what they want to do, and they do it to every team they play against. So we know it's going to be a tough game.
Has a man open. Massaquoi. Now he's got some room.
I think that he can really throw the deep ball well. He doesn't throw a lot of intermediate passes. He'll throw some, but he wants to go deep, and he throws deep, and he has guys that he can throw deep too.
At last check, Warriors are 9-point underdogs. Hawaii is 4-1 under head coach June Jones in bowl games. Kickoff set for New Year's Day in New Orleans.
4 weeks, the regular season, one of the things you heard the most is they are fast and strong and better than anyone we've faced. Well, that holds true again this time around when the 10th-ranked Warriors meet 4th-ranked Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But 2 weeks to prepare and for a scheme as such a high-powered team isn't necessarily a good thing. They will be the biggest and the fastest and the most athletic Hawaii opponent that Hawaii has seen. And now that the Warriors are watching more film of the Bulldogs, you can't help but notice the Georgia talent.
You know, it helps, but, you know, I wish we could play them in the 3 days, too, you know, because it gives them a lot of time to prepare for us. And, you know, we play kind of a different style of football, and when you have more time to practice against both the defensive schemes and the offensive schemes, you know, it changes a little bit. You got to be physically as good as they are.
You know, we looked at the tape already, and you know, it's not just their size; it's their speed, overall speed on you know, the D-line, the safeties, the linebackers. I mean, the linebackers could fly, so, you know, it's just not size, but they're big and fast.
The athletes they got, after talking to Coach Jones, defensively, how they're just fast, probably the fastest defense we're going to face. In the offense, best running back, no doubt. He's probably one of the better running backs in the nation besides McFadden. You got a quarterback that could run, but also is very productive in the passing game. Great play action team. They know what they want to do, and they do it to every team they play against.
Kickoff just 14 days away, and you can catch the Sugar Bowl right here on KHON with the broadcast beginning at 3 p.m. on New Year's Day. Kickoff will be around 3:30 p.m. And leading up to the game, KHON will air a half-hour special with reports from New Orleans as well as in-studio interviews. The special will air on December 30th at 6:30 p.m. and then a rebroadcast the day of the game at 2:30.